It was the end of the line. After more than 100 years, the #1 Canadian from Montreal to Vancouver rumbled into swift current, ironically more than 5 hours behind schedule. More than 60 people gathered along the platform to mourn the Canadian's passing.
I'm sorry, but we can't afford anymore to put billions and billions of dollars in a system that Canadians use less and less.
The building of the Canadian Pacific Railway was a national dream. The train was the motivation for Confederation. And with the driving of the last spike, it has been the link that has drawn Canadians into
really from a nation right down to the small community, the whole existence of rails has had a tremendously powerful welding and growing effect on the country. There's no question of that. And of course, we're not losing the train in as such, but we're losing the passenger train, and it's the passenger train that is remarkable for people. It's not a freight train which passes by. People don't pay any attention. A passenger train, people stop from their work, they look up, they look at it go by, and they dream dreams. So you see, it's that which we are losing, which is emotionally the most significant thing of all.
The passenger train symbolized discovery, an opportunity to escape the toil and hard work on the prairies. And when the train passed by, everyone could dream that someday they would be traveling to some other part of the world. When the CPR introduced its streamlined stainless steel cars in the 50s, it was touted as the most luxurious passenger train in the world. Fast, reliable, and arrogantly unbeatable.
Gleaming streamliner glides gracefully through the long S-curve that is the unforgettable, almost unbelievable setting for pictures of the train that all the world has seen.
In the vogue of passenger rail service, the dining car symbolized the elegance and prestige of the Canadian, as passengers were served the very best.
Snow white linen and gleaming silver sparkle under a star-studded ceiling in the cleverly decorated dining room car.
A half-century ago, 55 million Canadians traveled by train. By last year, that had shriveled to 7 million. The age of the automobile and air travel meant the death of passenger rail service, and it would be terminally slow.
What we've seen happen here is an evolution of transportation. We've also seen, of course, a decision made by government today, but it's not a decision that was made simply today. A decision to disregard train travel, passenger travel by train, was made a long time ago, and that's why the equipment is so outdated and what have you. So I don't think it's fair just to simply say it was a decision in 1989, 1990. That is not, I don't think, the case.
The passengers of the last Canadian consisted of those who spent some of their best years dedicated to the railway, media from all over North America, and to those who just wanted to ride the very last Canadian. For all of them, the train was a romantic bridge to the past.
What kind of thoughts are going through your mind as you see the prairie roll by?
Oh, sad. Really, really sad.
It's kind of sad in one regard. The last Canadian, you know, the official Canadian, the last one going, it's sad. And to see all those people at the little wee stations along the way, like especially Swift Current, and to look and see their faces, it really reflects that they're losing something a lot more than just a service, a transportation service. It's pretty heavy.
I love working on the train. I enjoy working with people, and the characters you meet over time. There's a lot of stories to tell. Yeah, I'm going to miss this train.
But on this dreary day, at virtually every whistle stop, at every community it passed through, drew people to the tracks for one last look. Some protested, others mourned, but all had fond memories to a train with a historical link to life on the prairies. And as she gives the call, her passage into oblivion continues, and a piece of Canadian history dies a proud and dignified death. On board the Canadian, Craig Wilson, CJFB News.